Hello, everybody. Um, Thanks for joining me today. If you have, um, just making sure. Okay, double checking. The live seems to be working, so I'm live. Let me go ahead and share it to my social media so everybody can see what's up here. There we go. Now everybody on Facebook can know what I'm doing. And okay, so I'm really excited about this. For some reason, my microphone's LED is just blinking in my face right now to make sure. I need to check, see if like I don't. Does that make it stop? No. Okay. It's just so. It's such an assault to my eyeballs right now. I feel like it doesn't need to. Can I just turn it off? Please? Here we go. Just disable. Well, no, because I need an output source. Cancel. Whatever. Okay, well, I definitely know that my microphone is being used, and eventually I just need to get. I guess I need to get some electric tape, electrician's tape, and put it over that, because wow, that is annoying. But okay, well, let's let me try to reposition it here so it's less in my face. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. Ugh, I didn't think I'd need sunglasses for this. Okay, so here's what I've got going on. I have decided to so far I've tried to write this piece and um and kind of restrict it to whatever ensemble like is available. But I decided I just want to not care about that and write it for just the instruments that I want. So what I've done here is I've added a bunch of instruments. I might end up removing some of them. Um, for example, I haven't really needed the piano yet. So I might kind of wind down from that. Um, anyway, I'm going to go into this mode here. A little easier to work with, and I'm not too worried about the not worrying about the score editing right now. And I am just playing in concert pitch, so it really doesn't matter anyway. So I've got the piece going here. One change I want to make is I've got it going down, up, down, and then I don't know. I want to start it with an up. Why was that so much louder? Then and then I want it to be reaching toward that F in the next phrase and then go down. Okay? The bass notes do not change, so that's fine. So let's go with this. And for some reason, in the tuba and double bass, I didn't extend that note fully. Also considering just making this arco double bass and taking the clarinet sort of out of it, taking the bass clarinet sound out of there, leaving it for bassoon and arco bass. Um, so if I'm just considering it, I don't see a reason I shouldn't do it, so I'm just going to do it. I'm not worrying about if the bass clarinet player feels left out for a minute. I'm just, I don't need to think about that. I need to think about the sounds I want to hear, and then I want to make them. So double bass here. Let's let the double bassist know to play arco. That should be technique text. Where are we? Come on. There we go. Arco, right? I just lost it. There it is. Alright, I know that can be grueling to watch. Search around for things sometimes. Okay. Um, so I've got vibraphone trilling between the G and A, which is what I want. Got piano playing the G and A next to each other right there. Okay. Got clarinets doing this thing here. I would like to move that up to the flutes because I'm okay with that having some just luscious vibrato on it. And I don't think I need this extra stuff here. If I do want it, it's pretty low and it would be much more easily executed in the clarinets. Um, it's easy to cover up flutes in that lower register. And yeah, right there. Do that. I need to just select this first part because to get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, and into a rest, and turn that into a rest. There we go. Now we've swapped these parts out. Oh, except this one hairpin. Okay, so now I've got it swapped out. I'm really, I'm kind of considering this would be interesting to flip this around when the clarinets come in. I think I would actually like to budge this over. I have to be careful doing it because I don't want to lose this. So I could have them, I know that's an odd way to have it notated, but I need everybody to be on the same the same track there. And actually, I've entered the wrong note on the lower clarinet. Clarinets, I guess I should say. It actually would make sense to... Okay. Let me finish one thought before I jump into another. So what I'd like to do is put this over so that the clarinet is actually coming from the out of the center, out of the highest point of this sound. So I think what it might be best to do is this over like that. And then, do I want a dotted half note here? So I'm going to have to delete that. Put the dot on. Delete that. Dot it. This is not going to end up, doesn't need to be a half note. It needs to be a whole note. And these hairpins each can go away. And what's great is I can multi-select these. Oh, no, I can't. I can't adjust them together. That's fine. Drag them over here. I'm not trying to adjust vertical positioning yet because this is in concert pitch. So these pitches will literally change in the clarinets. Actually, it will be great because this will go up a whole step, leaving first clarinets on a B, which is a very closed full fingering sound on the clarinet. It uses the length of the clarinet, and then this will go up a whole step and be an A, which is a very open throat tone on the clarinet. So having more players on it actually will will kind of even those two out quite easily, even though professionals can they'll just be able to do that. Now, this gives me a nice format. I can put that. And then I can have these flutes enter in the middle of that phrase as well. Do I want them to enter that late, or do I want them to early? So we've got dee dee da dee do dee. Yeah, this late is fine. I think that's wonderful. This last little bit that joins in um, sort of blends in with the vibraphone here. And I also just made a decision that I want the vibraphone to sort of, let's zoom out another. I want the vibraphone to be working in tandem with the harp here. And that's right, harp. Like I said, I'm going full bore on this. Um, let's listen. Let's see what it sounds like so far. From the beginning, shall we? My fault. All the way to the beginning, thank you. Okay. I think I do not need these on the clarinets. But actually, I may want to keep those just to let them know I want you to fade to mort, to nothing. I want that note to fade out. I want it to fade out all the way to 3, not like this clarinetist played. Although they are missing a rest, so I see how they might be confused. Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do at all. There. Make finale kind of rethink that and put a rest there. I'm just gonna get rid of these two actually and redraw them. Because it's easier if it positions them on beat 4. We are again without a beat 4. Does this keep happening? Alright. Didn't scroll to the end of the measure when I did that initially. And then, oh yeah, one last time at the end here for a nice fade into nothing. Alright, let's these two are not agreeing with each other. I think the best thing I can do is copy this one up so it's exactly the same. And let's take another listen. I really love that. Really just feels like wind blowing, you know? With the leaves kind of rustling and the vibraphone there. Wow, I'm so proud of that sound. It's just really beautiful and evocative for me. Then we go to the melody part here, and I think the harp just, man, it really makes this. Really makes it for me. I'm gonna go with mezzo piano on that because they need to know what volume to play. Go the same there on the vibraphone. I think the triangle really plays this first part, just the hugest role because it sets the downbeat. Otherwise, all of this would sound like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't want it to sound like that. I want it to sound like 3, 4, 1, 2. I want that. I want the feeling that the strong beat is being played through. I think that works great. So let's check this part. Wow. Man, that was powerful. Um wow, that's really great. I think I do need to swap the roles of the oboe and soprano sax here. Just don't feel like the oboe is more resonant up in the register. I have the soprano sax in, and the soprano sax will sound more beautiful down here. Yeah, that's in the middle of the instrument. The oboe will just sing out up in this register. So I'm not getting enough flute sound right now. I need, I'll tell you what's most likely happening. I'm not, um, well, one, it could be just misinterpreting some dynamics. That's very possible. No, they're getting covered up by everything else. They need an octave partner. This happens, flutes, um, well, like I said, it's easy for them to be covered up, especially with this building section here. Their octave partner, oboe. Oboe plays the melody with them once that part is over. Who can really support them? I probably shouldn't have divided them up like that. That may be the issue. I really don't want to bring trumpets into this yet. Could piano help? Yeah, that's the piano really just doesn't help that much. And I don't want it to really scream out any louder. You know what might be super nice here is to get clarinet in the lead. Um, One way to kind of hide when you're using other instruments to support instead of like four flutes playing in harmony or something. One interesting way to hide that is to sort of put the instrument you want prominent on the outsides. So if I moved the melody to clarinet 1 here, that would sing out beautifully in that register of the clarinet. Up here, and then I could put the flutes inside, in between the sections of clarinet, and that creates a really, I think, a really beautiful sound. It's way easier for the clarinet to just sing out over the ensemble like that. So I'm going to do that. It looks like another problem is the third and fourth clarinets are basically in a unison with flutes 2 and 3. That may be the solution to my problem there. Get them out of that unison. So how can I balance this? Um, could get them out of that unison. give them. Well, it's important that this line exists right here. And having that down in the low clarinet, it's a really powerful, beautiful register as well. So I'd like to keep that. From here, we're in unison with flute 2. And from here, clarinet's an octave partner with flute 1. Do I really need... I know it's grueling to be doing that. Give it all to all the flutes. In fact, even this line is carried. So why don't I just have the flutes all play in unison? The clarinets can just add some harmony underneath that. Let's do it. Um, yeah, I'm thinking it might not be a terrible idea to actually have a trumpet player be in on this. Oh, you don't to, I don't need you to do that. Thank you. That could be a really beautiful sound and a beautiful way to introduce the trumpet before it takes over the melody. It's kind of blended in there. I'm starting to think I might want to. I think I want to divide this melody up a little bit. Maybe put this section part in trumpets 2 and 3, and let trumpet 1 take this solo over. But then I definitely, well, I would like to balance it. Now that they all have the same dynamic marking, I think they should be able to understand that they should blend the flutes and everything. So let me go back. It's right here. Hear it from there. Oh, no, no, no. That is not what I did with this before. Um. Okay. I need to. You have to be very careful with this. Doing what I'm about to do because I want to insert. I want this to be a bar of 2/4. But if I don't insert a measure stack there, it will try to cut off 2 beats and move everything over to the left to compensate for cutting off those 2 beats. And just no thank you. So let's go 2/4, please. So we get, I delete, if I delete this measure stack, I think that will get me what I'm looking for. Yeah, I think that's accurate to what I want. Thank you. And I really love, like, for some reason, this having this 2/4 bar in here just like propels this in such an interesting way. Does that look? All right, let me go back and play this now with that in mind. And is this a strum? Have a strum in this part. So I need to kind of pick which part is going to have bass drum. Let's check it out from here. You know what? I don't think I need help from the trombone. I think I'd rather have the I don't need that complementary the D going to this one up because I believe in them. I do want a phrase marking over the other horn has the benefit of it being tied. Really have to worry about phrasing there, but here I want to. All right. Now, with this 2/4 bar, I really wanted to get this complete so this will already sound wonderful. Oh. Eh. No, no thanks. Um, that really just killed it. Whew. What is sounding so grating in there? Is that's oh, trombone. I think I'd rather have soon. Yeah, it's that. This trombone ever ran there. Yeah, also this phonium line. Oh, it's just an octave buddy for the tuba there. Okay, okay. I see you. Double. Ooh, man, what if I got double basses to play this line? Not timpani. I bet this is gonna sound so good. Woo! An octave removed. Sorry. Something around here is also making me a little unhappy. I think this skip in bass clarinet is. I don't think I feel good about it. And if I move it down, that's a low C, which, yeah, some bass clarinets have. You know, I'd rather move it over because if I want to move this line, then that would give the clarinet a break to breathe for it. Wow, that's such a such a sorrowful line. I love it. I think maybe bass isn't quite the place for it in this context. So let's put it on bass clarinet. Let's move over here to where it is so I don't have to keep listening to the parts for it. It's playing the tuba 8VB. And I'm not sure. It seems like some things did not transfer over from did this before. So I'm seeing Yeah, I felt like it was playing the tuba 8VB, but maybe it wasn't. Ah, I hate what that bass clarinet's doing. It does that thing where it's every single note is ah ah like that's such a terrible sound. Oh, bass clarinet solo? No. No, no, no. Like bass clarinet section or something. Oh my gosh, it doesn't exist. Oh, that's such an annoying thing. I do not want that at all. I could go into to the VST banks and make sure. Because what there will be is this mod wheel. Well, that's the volume control. This length. Let me try it like that and see if that fixes this, because I do not want that sound. Ah, it just really it makes it sound like it's starting the note late, actually. I'm gonna drag it. That may be a problem that I haven't phrased it the same way as the rest. Also, I think I'm going to have the tuba wait a bar to be added into the texture. Now this, yeah, this should be going back to a tempo. So let's, where did I put back here? Well, I can just put a tempo. I think, yeah. Tempo primo. That's actually the most accurate um thing to put. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm going to put nice double bar here. It just draws the performer's attention to it. Oh, what's changing? Tempo primo. Oh, okay. Makes it nice and easy. There's one rule. It's to make it as easy as possible. Just gonna copy those. A bunch of bars of that. Only use as much as I need. Yeah. Oh, well, it doesn't care how many I think I need. Let's fade it out. Let the brass take over. Well, the lowness take over. See how this goes. Okay. Then I have left the harp out of here, which I don't want to do. let's go right here. Yeah. That one. I want this to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give a downbeat here. So what I actually want there is this measure. Phrase marking over it all because we don't want it to. And I left that a quarter note on beat 3 with a rest on purpose because I want there to be deliberate space before the trumpet plays 5-1, because that is the little piece, the first little piece of taps that you get that just kind of hints at taps happening sometime. So let me try this. How I feel about it. Bass clarinet, having that I think works beautifully. I may want to give this to bassoon. And I think it comes in there, correct? Yes, it does. These two notes do not need to be that. Bassoon can play that low. You don't need. Come on, finale. You don't need to help me with. Oh, but help me place these right place. And I've pulled back a bar too far. You know what? Let's leave that because what I'm looking at is this little thing right here. This is what needs to be moved to bassoon again because that's where it was. That's where I moved it before. All right, let's have a listen here. See what changes I've made. Oh, gonna give it another pause because I have left the harp's friend out here in the dark. Don't want to leave it that way. And I'm gonna leave them out on the final one. In fact, I'm gonna leave harp out on the final one too. Just to really give it the sense that it's wrapping up here. Okay, now what I need to make sure of here, I think that all went beautifully. I don't know why the harp came in so softly here. Um, but whatever. I need to see where I moved these parts before. So yeah, I had horns in unison. Let me move over a couple so I can just see exactly where I've got everybody. This part I think was moved up here it might have been in. And it's the same thing, it's just being played in a different key now. Wrong. Ooh. Soon has that. Who else had that here? Nobody else. Ah, double bass. I knew I was. Okay. So now everything's gone down a whole step. Or up, down a whole step. Which is another, just happenstance. But I think makes it, you don't really realize it, that it's all moved down a whole step, but unless I play it. Unless I play it back for you like this. Yeah, but I feel like when we make it through this all, and we get through this main melody, when it comes back to it, you don't need it to be in the same key. Your brain just goes, "Oh, I remember that." Okay, there is one other thing I noticed back here that I think I'd like to change. And it's going to seem like a very small change, but I think it's really necessary. First of all, I decided I didn't need the piano's help. Second of all, I don't need this instrument to change into unison with its upper neighbor. I need it to go away from it. I want to see how that sounds. I think it's going to sound better. Oh, wow. That's such a huge, huge change. Having it separate away from each other like that, just wow. That really blows my mind. Just that one note change really, really just made this all come together beautifully. The only thing I think I could change for the better is if I made the soprano sax play this harmony right here, the B A, you know, this one that the first clarinets have. Either that or let the let the clarinets all play in unison, and give the soprano sax this counter line. But going down that low is really not recommendable for soprano sax. It just doesn't make sense. Why are you putting it on soprano sax? Oh, well, no, because it's this harmony line. So I could have just that part right there. Okay, let me start fleshing this out. That part there. Then just have all these clarinets play. And then the A is the melody. F, yeah, F is the going. Well, it goes from F up to G. And no, 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 sorry, from A down to G. I could, I could move this back. Just have the soprano sax play that part. See how that works. That was a lot of that. It's just in unison octaves now. That's a lot of that primary melody going on. And this note, yeah, okay, F. What's it over? A. What it would sound like if I did that. Let's move over so I don't have to keep listening to those other four bars. Oh, you know what? It makes it sound like the melody makes the melody sound different. So we better leave it on the F. I wonder how much gravity it would add if I made that an E instead of an F. Wow. Yeah, that changed it, I think. I kind of felt that change. I do want to back it up a little bit because it feels really rash to jump into that. I wonder what I was thinking having bassoon kind of bail out on that line. Bass clarinet jump in and take over the bass. Would rather it be up there with its clarinet friends, even though that's not the best range for, you know what, that's why. That's why I did it. Because that one can stay down there. That range for bass clarinet, there's almost no sense in having it play above um, its middle register because then it's just going to sound better on clarinet, really. More full. And I love solo bass clarinet and the timbre of a bass clarinet up there. So I could maybe have it play a solo up there, but when with the ensemble, leave it down low for that bold bass clarinet sound. There's one more thing I want to just try, and that is to leave that note as a G instead of, I don't know if all can see this very clearly. Sorry, if you're watching on a phone or something, I'm just realizing that's really small. Nope, I like the E better. So it's this right here in Rhino sax. I don't know why it's playing it so much more quietly than clarinet. And you know what? It might be even okay to have the second and third clarinets playing this melody. You know, we've got enough people, got trumpets on the melody. Let's get the whole clarinet section in on this harmony thing. Ah, that bass clarinet really just kind of ruins it for me. Rather the bassoon take it over if also, I don't know about starting on the note lower now. Yeah, that sounds really good. I just wanted to hear it one time with the note starting at the same time as everybody else and see how it sounds. I think I like the upper note. Dido. It's the melody hidden in there. The tenor line. All right, here we come to the bold part. So before this, I had done a little bit of arranging. Um, I should say rearranging, recomposing. Um, now I am to the section where I don't think that's the correct. I think the idea is for that to be. Oh, because I've changed keys. So I can highlight all of this, and the shortcut key for this is number 6 on the number row. And since I have moved down a whole step on everything, it was a G trill before. It should be an F trill now. And the number 6 key just moves it down a diatonic step. Oh, I'm not doing the right thing. So that's what I get for trying to think and talk at the same time about two different things. All right. Now we've got that going on. Okay. Feel like something. Sing? Bass clef. You know what? I don't want that to happen actually because I want the trumpet to decide when this new measure starts, even though I have two percussion instruments right there on it. I think you need to be quiet there, friend. Let's go with dynamics and MP. Also, yeah, after all that from before, solidify your dynamic marking for you. Have to worry about it. Wondering if I shouldn't put the bass drum part up here with the triangle. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, now I don't see any need for the vibraphone to play that line like that. And now that I've done, I know this is it's getting kind of crazy, but now that I've done it that way, I, one, don't feel like I need the soprano sax really. Two, if I do, I need it on the top melody instead of the inner melody because the clarinets have that just ripping, and they can do that easily in real life too. They can really take over in that. I love how right here I feel like, and I have this thought over again every time. And it's that, wow, this is going to be. How are you going to know that it doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2? How do you know where the two beats got dropped? And I think the harmony just tells the story so clearly right there. I don't have to worry about it, like, because it's just so harmonically set in stone. The melody comes back in on the downbeat, whereas the melody gets a little shorter every time. It's earlier it was 4 bars each time. Now it's 3 and maybe a half, and then it's 2, and then is this really the end of this melody, or are we back? Is it the start of this new one? I don't know. I just happened to notice that. Okay, this section. Wow. Um, what do I have down here? What was? Oh, I didn't to do that. Think I meant for it to be that, but I'm not sure. Oh wow, that's that be over with. Oh yeah, it looks like these are cymbal rolls. And um when I edited this before, I messed with the sound settings for that cymbal roll so it wouldn't. I tried to get it not to choke at the end of the roll and just let it go off, but nope, no dice on that. Okay, so this does not have the tempo markings that I put on here. This should be proudly. Yeah, proudly. And I'll put a double bar on here as well. And then here, need to say cell. Cellorando, my friend. And let the harp really take this. Okay, that is not exactly what's supposed to happen. So then that was proudly. I need to go. Can go tempo primo again. No, no, no. I need to start. Um, broadly. This is broadly. The beginning is solemnly. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's tempo primo. So tempo primo and then accelerato proudly. This, I think, can stay. You know what? This should stay the same tempo. What I had happen earlier was this broadly because I had this happening and I had it pull back. Now, actually, what I did here was I let it take 2 bars. Wanted to accelerando back to this faster tempo. And yeah, I've definitely done this too many times. I need to I need to change that. That's way too many times to say that phrase. Don't need it. Then the firing party. Let me add that. And made that a tempo mark so that it would kind of follow the rules that tempo markings follow, where it shows up at the top of the score and then also shows up at the top of every part. Then go back to solemnly here. That sounds taps, and then it here. This is actually where it should say proudly. No, no, this is allegro. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, I like your vibraphone. But actually, I do want to leave that in the vibraphone. Well, I might double it in P. Three. The same kind of feel. I just changed my mind. Decided that I really want that tied over. And I want it in a different instrument now. I really, you know what? I want this to sparkle through. And I think that's going to happen so beautifully as a flute solo. Go again. And take this up there. This, that range is just gonna sound so nice on flute, I think. It's like it already transposed that one up for me, so to transpose the first flute up, get rid of that trumpet part. Now, there should be some brass stuff going on between. This might not have been the latest version that I've pulled, but that's okay. Now, I don't know. I think this will sound really nice. And I think if I this over here, be a little easier to read. Let's go until we start getting into some of that, and then split the hands right there so it's easy to read. This is a weird thing because piano takes up 2 staves, but if you don't copy this, if you don't also put one in the right hand, it will act like it has no idea what to do. So I have to add it and then hide it so that the piano doesn't have this left hand going nice and soft and then all of a sudden just screaming some right hand notes or backwards from that. Okay, let's hear this, and I'll zoom in on the flutes here so you can watch that line. This is an interesting. I must have added this sort of hymn part later. I did not have this on my most recent one. So we're going back from this Allegro melody, and yeah, I totally forgot. I put this down in the harp so that I could this up the flute. Yep, there we go. Beautiful. Now, do I just have one looking for these up front? Yeah, I can certainly tell them. You know what? I don't think I need bass clarinet in it right away. Do they even separate? Really need bass clarinet in that until here, and I can just use this beautiful register on the clarinet. Yeah, that was a mistake. I'll leave it at mezzo piano. Maybe I'll put this at mezzo forte, and I also need to this expressive text. I can never remember where they've put solo. I think I just make a different one every time in all the different places. And now I want to have everyone in right here. All. Bring it on. Alright. I don't need to start those 2 bars back. Yeah, I'm beginning to think is the problem is the piano here. I just don't need it. Yeah, I really just don't. You know what? I may just not have a piano part on this piece. Really. I much prefer the vibraphone sound, and then where I don't, I very much prefer the harp sound. That's so nice. I do need to update that dynamic marking. Sorry. Interrupted the flow quite a bit. But necessary change. Okay. Yes, I did add this section later. What I need is a rallentando on this last part to get uh, from that tempo to this one. Okay, I'm going to take trumpet off of that melody because it's just too abrasive. Rough. So let's go again. Actually, that's not really the important part. That's all down here. Okay. Man, that bass clarinet really wobbles. Okay. So I think what I've done here is moved some parts around, and I didn't get to this. I haven't gotten to these sections yet in running through the um, which part gets copied to which instrument stage, and I need to do that. But for now, it's been a little while here, so I'm going to wrap this up. Let me check the YouTubes here and see if anybody had any comments. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really advertise this ahead of time, so that's kind of to be expected. Um, I'll play it through one more time, and then I'll get out of here. Actually, I'll just play the first part. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there because I want to do more work on this brass section. I just wanted to listen to that first chunk as a whole to really get the feel for it, get the sound in my head, so that later on, uh, I can be thinking about what's going to happen next and how I want it to sound, especially the transition between those two things. And I'll start, throughout the day, I'll start randomly getting ideas like, oh, I should definitely do this on that part. So that's sort of how my brain works. So I'm going to leave this, and well, I won't see you all, but you all will see this next time. Thanks.